I just got finished watching the Terrence Crawford Shawn Porter fight. Great fight. Outstanding fight. Nip and tuck. Pretty much dead even fight. But if you've watched the fight or if you've kept up with ESPN or anything like that, you know what happened, that the fight was stopped in the 10th round. Terrence Crawford knocked Shawn Porter down twice in the 10th round. And Shawn Porter's father stopped the fight. Okay, here's my issue. One, those two knockdowns in the 10th round, while they were legitimate knockdowns, and Bud Crawford had he had gotten in his groove and he had come pretty close to totally getting Shawn Porter's timing down as far as when Porter rushed him in, but he didn't hurt Shawn Porter to the point where the fight needed to be stopped. When he knocked Shawn Porter down, even the second time, when Shawn Porter got up, his legs weren't wobbly. He wasn't debilitated in any way. Matter of fact, after the second knockdown, Shawn Porter was banging his fist on the canvas, screaming, "Fuck, fuck!" Got up mad, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, oh boy, it's like he didn't got knocked down twice. He's about to go for broke. And his father stopped the fight. And then on top of that, where the fight didn't need to be stopped, in an interview, you know, when they asked Shawn Porter's father, Ken Porter, why did you stop the fight? He said, because I didn't like his preparation for the fight. So if you didn't like his preparation for the fight to begin with, why the hell would you let him fight? To collect the paycheck? So you get your money? Bro, if I'm Shawn Porter right now, with all due respect, it's my father, you know, you always gonna be my father for my entire life. But at this point, you would not be my trainer, at least for my next couple fights. Because that was some BS. Why would you stop a fight, you know, and especially in going into the 10th round, that I thought, personally, and I didn't have any rooting interest in the fight because both of those guys, Shawn Porter and Bud Crawford, are two of my favorite fighters. I love them both. So I really couldn't pick anybody to root for. I just wanted to see a great fight, and that's what I saw, was a great fight. But in my opinion, going into the 10th round, Shawn Porter was winning 5 rounds to 4. You heard Bud Crawford's corner at one point say you're behind. You heard Bud Crawford's corner say you need to pick up your level of intensity to another level. And he did. But going into that 10th round where he scored those 2 knockdowns, I thought Shawn Porter, when Terrence Crawford scored those 2 knockdowns, I thought Shawn Porter was winning. Shawn Porter was, like I said, was not debilitated, not wobbly, didn't get up stumbling, or, you know, and right before the fight was stopped, the referee asked him, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah." And then his father stopped the fight. And then pretty much humiliates him on national television or pay-per-view, whatever, saying that he didn't like his preparation. Then why the hell did you even let him come into the ring and fight if you didn't like his preparation? Because everybody was stunned at the stoppage. All shout-outs to Bud Crawford. I mean, he's a true champ. I think he's the best fighter in the world. And he did the right thing by calling Errol Spence out because, I mean, Errol Spence fought Shawn Porter to a split decision. But here's my thing. If Ken Porter doesn't inject himself into the fight and stop the fight, you still have round 11 and round 12. If Shawn Porter wins those 2 rounds, it could still be a draw or possibly a split decision victory for himself. It was a bad stoppage. It was a bad ending to what was a great, great fight. And again, if I'm Shawn Porter, if I'm Showtime Shawn Porter, with all due respect to you know, to your pops and everything like that, it's always gonna be your dad. But bro, you would be hearing it in that dressing room. And Shawn Porter did a classy thing. He didn't air his father out, but his father aired him out in the interview. It was a great fight, but a bad ending because a trainer made a bad call. But all shout out to Bud Crawford. I want to see him fight Errol Spence. That's what I want to see. Since he And now, if he fights Shawn Porter in a rematch, I ain't going to be mad. I don't see that happening unless Errol Spence continues to do what he's been doing for the last 3 years, and that's ducking him. So, that's just my reaction. You know, let me know what yours is.